Here's some more video from NBC News. They were talking about the ambassador to the UN, the U.S. ambassador to the UN, and they showed this picture, like this woman morphed right there at the UN, and they dared put it on television. We did a report on this. This is real footage from NPC News. After our report, they pulled this nightly news edition. This is still on our BitChute channel with the date and the link to the NBC News broadcast that has disappeared.
Alright guys, so we're coming out with a part 2. Since a lot of you guys liked the last video, we're going to do a part 2. Alright, now with everything going on, it is getting very, very strange, and it has been getting weird, and it has for me the last couple of years. Okay, of course I brushed it off and I continued to do my work, but also continuing, making videos. Sometimes you guys seen me stop making videos months, weeks at a time, and it was because of personal stuff, but I've never ever came out and talked about the stuff that was going on. So I guess we'll start doing that so you guys have a better understanding of also what I've been going through. I will end up sharing my testimony too, because I believe that's very important. But that will be a whole video in itself for next time. But I will continue to share some experiences in this video, okay? So let's continue.
Why they aired it? What the hell is it? Very good questions. But there's a reason why you're not asking these questions, and it's because of the psyop that we're all alone. There's nothing out there. It's all blue beam. Nothing is real. There's something going on. People are asking the right questions, but they don't want you to know what's really happening. And it totally transcends the physics in the textbooks. We're dealing with metaphysics. We're dealing with something that people can't and don't want to understand. Probably for their personal safety. We've been watching a lot of mysterious videos on people getting taken out by what looks like invisible weapons. People are spinning around, flailing, trying to defend themselves as if they can see something that we can't. This is the final stages. You could almost see what that guy was swatting there. The problem is that the human eye only registers up to 60 frames a second. You don't see the LED lights blink because of that, but they're blinking at 100,000 times a second in such a way that your eye just thinks it's steady light. There are things moving around us that we can't see because they're moving so fast, or they're cloaked. Every army uses camouflage. And we're just like cattle out here grazing in the pasture, waiting for some kind of advanced civilization to discover us, like the way the Europeans discovered America. Can you feel that stuff? I know you can.
So at my job, right, I would enter the room, enter the building, and it was almost like everyone would just stop and stare at me. Everyone was turning, just looking at me, kind of whispering, and it almost felt like the whole community was pretty much doing this weird tactic. I knew about gang stalking, but the whole community, you start questioning things, and it's like you almost end up looking crazy. And I remember like everyone was just stopping and staring at me. This older woman kind of was walking next to me and kind of nudged me, and at the same time I almost felt something on my back crawling. It was the weirdest thing, and I was like I looked back and was like, what was that? It was super, super weird. I ended up getting up out of there that day because it was just super weird. And I think the whole store ended up closing early that day. I don't know what was going on. And then closing the whole building really, really early that day. Alright, let's continue the video.
So what is really happening? Here's the full video, it looks like, of this exchange. The guy has this covert energy weapon in his hand. It's futuristic tech. It shouldn't be here. You can just barely see the guy get zapped unless somebody points it out. You're not going to be able to see it. But here we've kind of isolated the loop. So you can see what it looks like. Check out the guy. See how he pressed down on something in exactly the same way. So there is this secret tech, energy weapon tech, that has been camouflaged, disguised to look like consumer electronics, cell phones, tablets, you name it. We know that the deep state is using this, including cops during traffic stops. You'll get the special treatment from this kind of thing. Immediately they'll pull out some kind of PDA and start pointing it at you, making it look like it's just routine kind of stuff, ID check and the like. Beware, because none of the tech out there is what it seems. And to think that we're even in the year 2024 seems fairly implausible, given what we know. What is actually going on is another debate. But there is something going on. Whether it's They Live, The Matrix, Body Snatchers, it's happening.
So I want to mention this as well. When I went to the food court, right? And there's this one store in there that is closed. They have the gate there and everything, right? You can't go in. But when I walk outside and you look through the door window, I see people in there eating, having a good time, bar and everything. And I end up going around into the food court and looking inside, and the gate is still closed. Nobody's in there. I come back out, look through the window, there's people in there. I'm like, huh, I'm not tripping, am I? Yo, like, really? Should I walk through this door and go in there? Or, like, am I going to get trapped or something? Because I go around again, gate is closed, nobody's in there. Come back out, around, look through the window, and there's people in there. It was the weirdest thing, guys. I'm telling you, there were just so much weird things happening. But let's continue the video.
People are also being attacked by cell towers. We know the 5G is beamforming technology. Many people are reporting that they're being attacked by cell towers. What this technology really is hard to say, but it looks like a Trojan horse weapon system. Like a mega version of whatever this is. Here, parked in everybody's neighborhood, and it can shoot through walls, and it can see what you're doing in real time. And this is why it's important that if you've been feeling off since the rollout of 5G, chronic fatigue, recurring headaches, pain not associated with an injury, heart palpitations, ringing in the ears, vertigo, you are most likely being attacked by whatever this extermination program is. They're trying to quiet any type of panic by calling it Havana Syndrome, trying to blame the Russians. Whatever this technology is, nobody's prepared for it. People have begun to fight back against whatever this thing is, believe it or not. And it is this struggle against this alien technology and its 5G component that is at the core of the book that we call Transhuman Genocide. We know they're planning to exterminate humanity. They're going to use a million cover stories: climate change, bird flu, COVID, the pandemic, cancers, you name it, to keep people looking in the wrong direction. Bait and switch. People that are fighting back, that have gone to the next level against this system, the real system.
So I didn't mention this before, but a couple of years ago, before, I'm not sure if you guys remember this, but I did get locked up, and they were saying that I was at a store and I approached a gentleman with a hammer, and nobody got hurt, you know, but they said I tripped and fell, and this person attacked me and put me to the ground and held me there till the police arrived. So before all that happened, I remember this gentleman following me. I was at the gas station and I saw this guy. He was kind of saying something out loud, speaking. I'm minding my own business since I live not too far. So I walked there, right? And then I wanted to walk to the store, which is almost right next to it. And then once I'm walking there, I see the guy there as well. And he's at the door talking to like 6 police guys. And he's pointing at me while I'm in the parking lot walking up to the doors and saying, yeah, that's him, that's him. And then the cops were like laughing, chuckling, and, oh, that's him. And I walked to the door. They opened the door for me and I walked in. So that happened a few days before that incident happened. Okay. But before all that happened, they installed these cell towers. I'm not sure if it's 5G or whatever, near where I lived. And I remember hearing like this buzzing sound in my ear, you know. I'm not sure how you pronounce the term for it, like tinnitus or whatever. I'm not sure if it was that, but something just like picked up. Something was like happening. I could feel it. It was the frequencies were so intense, you know, and there was a lot of weird things happening. But just wanted to tell you guys that. But let's continue the video.
Are reporting back the strategies that work on the battlefield to survive. All of you will need these strategies to survive, including how to shield, how to evade, and to understand the real tech that's out there, because the real tech that's out there is way beyond this. What we're seeing here is child's play compared to what's really out there. We talk about that in this book, Transhuman Genocide, just a little bit, just enough to give people a taste test with references for more information. It is unfortunate that we are all living in a science fiction movie right now. Eventually you'll get over it. Eventually you'll get over the denial. And we'll be forced to adapt. Like people have been adapting for thousands of years to their climate, to new technologies, to new pandemics and the like. People will adapt and survive, but knowledge is key. This system is beyond Truman Show. The gang stalkers, the clones on TV, the cell towers that attack people, the other mysterious tech, plus all of the glitches in the Matrix. It's telling us something. We have to add up the numbers in this equation. We can't ignore, dismiss, or exclude the obvious possibilities that we're not alone, that there has been some kind of silent coup, silent takeover, some kind of occupation. It definitely feels like we're all hostages here locked out of the system. Elections are but an illusion. And as George Carlin once said, they call it the American dream because you'd have to be asleep to believe it. The world that we grew up in as kids was basically some kind of fantasy. And as adults, we're slapped in the face with this real reality. This isn't going to make much sense to you right now for the most part, for most people. It is only later that this will make more sense to you for most people. And so don't forget this video. You can laugh at it now. And I hope that you do. Fire the video guy. I hope that you do laugh at this. I hope that you're still living a normal life wherever you are. But most people on the planet right now are experiencing something else. You know, maybe you're way out there in the country. You know things have gone downhill, if you will, in society, and you don't want to go there anymore. But what we're discovering right now on the ground is that there is some kind of alien thing going on. And just having guns and ammo and food and water isn't enough for this tech. That's why we strongly recommend that you check out this book, Transhuman Genocide. You can find it on Amazon, Kindle version, paperback version. There's a PDF version on our Patreon. We've kept it dirt cheap. Read the sample, check it out. You'll understand. Try it out for 30 days. You can send it back with Amazon. Excellent customer service. This book is the goods. And that's why we keep talking about it, because there is something else going on, and none of you are ready for the real story. But we're trying to get you there. Transhuman Genocide. Check it out. Till the next time, if you're listening to this, you are the resistance.
Alright guys, so if you guys liked this video and want to hear more personal experiences, like, comment, share if you can, and with that being said, have faith, remain vigilant, and God bless you all.